Nancy demands audience clap for bill to protect Obamacare, Trump gives Smackdown. Nancy Pelosi is trying to pivot away from the results of the Robert Mueller investigation by introducing a new bill to ensure the Republicans aren't successful in striking down Obamacare. After Pelosi introduced the bill in a press conference and no one applauded, she became incensed. "That's a line for applause," the speaker declared. Well, that's when President Donald Trump shocked Pelosi, giving her an epic smackdown and ruining all her plans. "You'll love this." Nancy Pelosi did what conservative pundits are calling the grand pivot away from the endless Trump-Russia collusion delusion which has been the Democrats' sole focus for 2 years. The 78-year-old speaker knows if her party stands a chance in 2020, they need to start talking about something else that really matters to the American people. That new topic would be healthcare and specifically how the Democrats are fighting to keep Obamacare. And that's where Tucker Carlson comes in. He was on fire last night, explaining that this new strategy coming from Pelosi also includes CNN, who got their marching orders from the speaker to also pivot to healthcare. On Tuesday night, CNN's 8 p.m. show lost nearly 50% of its viewers, Carlson said. For progressive channels, this was a catastrophe. Something had to be done. So into this disaster steps the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. On Monday, just hours after the collusion story collapsed, Pelosi announced that the Democratic Party would be switching gears, added Tucker. Going forward, Democrats would focus intently on health care, just like she disingenuously claimed they always had. "I hope the press focuses health care," Pelosi said. She didn't have to ask twice. At CNN, they were paying close attention to every word Pelosi uttered. Tucker then revealed the collusion between the Democrats and CNN. Between 7 p.m. and midnight Tuesday night, every show on CNN followed Nancy Pelosi's instructions. Every single show talked about health care, and every single one channeled Nancy Pelosi's views on health care. She could have been writing the scripts, maybe she was, Carlson concluded. But the House Speaker didn't understand why people weren't excited she was focusing on health care when after 2 years all her party could talk about was the collusion delusion. And Americans definitely don't trust CNN parroting Pelosi's new distraction, saving Obamacare. That's why during a news conference to unveil Democrats Protecting Pre-Existing Conditions and Making Health Care More Affordable Act, Pelosi demanded the crowd to applaud her bill, which she claims will protect the health care law from Republicans' monstrous health care lawsuit. Today, under the leadership of our 3 distinguished chairmen, Mr. Polloni of Energy and Commerce, Mr. Scott of Education and Labor, and Mr. Neal of Ways and Means Committee, the 3 committees of jurisdiction, we're going forward with the Protecting Pre-Existing Conditions and Making Health Care More Affordable Act, Pelosi began. When no one in the room clapped, she awkwardly shouted, "That's a line for applause," and cut the air with her hand for effect. It was so fake and cringe-worthy. Well, President Donald Trump knows Obamacare isn't the answer Americans want, and he also knows it's up to him to do something about it. Last night, the president put Nancy Pelosi on notice, making it clear the speaker's new talking point about saving Obamacare is a bunch of malarkey. Obamacare is a disaster. It's too expensive by far. People can't afford it and the deductible is horrible, Trump said in the Oval Office. The premiums are too expensive. People are going broke trying to pay for it. If the Supreme Court rules that Obamacare is out, we'll have a plan that is far better than Obamacare, Trump added. We're going to have pre-existing conditions, absolutely, Trump said. And we already got rid of the individual mandate, which was costing people a fortune. It was terrible. We are going to have great health care. The Republican Party will be the party of great health care. You watch, Trump told host Sean Hannity last night. Health care does matter to the American people, but Trump has one problem. Half of the Republicans in Congress don't care to work hard enough to uproot Obamacare and finally put in place some type of system or plan that isn't government-run health care and will make sense for middle-class Americans. So we need to put pressure on them. Let all your family and friends know the president is fighting to replace Obamacare, but he is getting blowback from the rhinos in Congress. With enough pressure from their constituents, they will have no choice but to do their jobs and finally replace the last piece of Barack's horrendous legacy, Obamacare. MadWorldNews.com web link.